Alright, so, what's up guys? I sat and watched the, well, sort of AFK'd and listened to the most recent live Q&A thing. I'm just doing something random in the background. This isn't even a Slayer task, I just chose something in random, and I'm collecting dehydes and debones from this thing. But anyways, yeah, I sat and took note of everything that was significant in the live Q&A. I have it all written down, so we will just go through it in chronological order here as opposed to grouping them in categories because I'm lazy and it'll be much faster this way. So, um, they spoke of a lot of great things in this live Q&A. There are a few things I noted that I really didn't like, and things such as the fact that they're still delaying that our Elf City quest to 2014, which is fucking stupid because that's been here for how long? Incomplete in the game for how long? I really don't think it's healthy for them to have incomplete content in the game for such a long amount of for such a great amount of time. I really think that they should, if they're going to do something, they should just complete it, you know, and then give it maybe a few months. If they're really going to release something incomplete, at least have it maybe like a few months in between each other, because I find that a little ridiculous. But yeah, that's a little something there. They did, however, talk about. We're gonna go in chronological order now. They did talk about, however, how they wanted more character to environment relations, such as, you know how there's gods and things like that, and, you know, Zami, Gothic, Sarah, things like that. But there's really no kind of character to environment relationship with them. Like, yeah, you go to bandits and you're wearing the wrong thing, they'll all attack you. Who cares? You just sit there to train, you know. Or if you go to God War's dungeon and you're wearing the wrong item, or you're not wearing the right item, they'll hit you and stuff like that. Yeah, there's that, but there really isn't a lot. They wanted to make it seem like your quests would actually sort of shape the RuneScape world differently, so that he said there's going to be subtle differences between each person's account in relation to them and their environment. So I thought that was pretty cool that they're trying to sort of make the game more alive. You know, like if there's a quest that something was burnt down, it shouldn't exist outside of that quest. Or they should also introduce quests that sort of greatly affect the RuneScape world, such as the Curse of Varrock when there were zombies and things like that. There should be something that sort of, you know, left over from that. And then I do like how in the I think it was Garden of Tranquility, how the statues are still missing because, well, spoiler alert, but yeah, the statues are still missing. Not going to tell you why. But that is pretty cool that they have that. But there needs to be a lot more of effect to just make this game seem more alive. It just seems sort of dull, you know. So that's great that they're including that. Now, community events, they sort of talked about that a little bit, not much really. They just sort of want they actually said some of the things that are being introduced to the game now is things like challenges and dungeoneering. They like how that's so cooperative and just sort of brings people together. If you look at things like Guild Wars 2, I mean, they actually encourage doing quests together. You get more experience. It's great the way they have it. So I think I would really like to see that in RuneScape. I'd also like to see RuneScape be a bit more of a competitive community. I know a lot of people say they don't even like abilities because they just want it to be sort of chill and laid back. But first, though, I think that's kind of boring. I think that the reason people that don't play RuneScape frown upon it is because it's way too different from all the other games. It's sort of point, click, and wait, you know? And then it's sort of like, you sort of play it by yourself. You have really no reason to play with other people. Honestly, the only interaction you really need is the Grand Exchange. That's the only player-to-player interaction you honestly need. Yeah, dungeoneering as well. You can do dungeoneering by yourself, but it's kind of boring. And I can understand that, but yeah, you sort of, in this game, you don't want people near you. Like, you don't want people with black dragons with you taking the other dragon. You want to be able to attack both of them, one after another, rack up your supplies as fast as you can. You don't want people at hunting spots with you. So, I think that's pretty cool if they're adding that. They also mentioned they want WASD functionality, and that will be coming to the game. They said you will have a choice of playing with WASD. Well, they actually specifically said they did not specifically say WASD, but they said keypad functionality with your character. So, you know, that makes me think movement with your character, or, you know, the hotbar. They've actually added that in the beta, which is a good idea. So that's something else. I'm going to go ahead and pause it really quick. I have to do something. Hold on. All right, I'm back now. I sort of had to teleport away, and then I was trying to see if I could get someone else on a Skype call to maybe do some sort of dual commentary on this topic, but they did not watch the live Q&A. So they'll probably be watching this and hearing me talk about them. Hello. So yeah, something else that this is really hard to do is focus on playing RuneScape and talking at the same time. I should probably just have these pre-recorded, but something that they did talk about, they said, I think we've actually heard this before, is that the combat beta is not RuneScape 3. It's just sort of a part of what they're doing in the same year. Something else they talked about, which was kind of interesting, was that in RuneScape 3 they want to integrate swapping experience, which I found kind of odd. I guess that means sort of doing something and giving the experience to someone else. He didn't really speak much of it. He just sort of, I think that might have been speculation, just something that they're maybe thinking about. Something else I also saw was the fact that he said they want you to be able to maybe build resources in the wilderness upon pking and things like that. Just besides loot, getting other benefits. So very pretty sweet. He spoke a lot. He spoke twice actually in this within that hour and a half of improving agility. Because as we all know, agility sucks. It's really, you can only really use it for just like gaps and things like that. And he said he didn't like the idea of you just running around in circles for hours on end. And I'm definitely with him on that, because that was an absolutely horrible idea. I don't know why that huge design flaw was overlooked, but yeah, he said he also wants to sort of stray away from it being related to your run energy, which I didn't quite understand. I was like, maybe your HP should have something to do with it as well, because if you think about it, HP really does nothing for you. Yes, you get more HP, but that's it. And you can wear Torva and Pernix and Virtus and stuff like that, but that's it. Like, that's all. You should definitely be able to do some more with HP, so maybe they'll think of that. Don't know, don't care. Yeah, I do care. I don't know why I said I didn't care. Next topic. Building, I said that already. Improving agility. They put great emphasis on progression. He was actually talking about, we're going to do a Slayer task, by the way. He was actually talking about, let's see, dang it, I fucking put my aura back in here, so depleted. He was talking about progression. He's talking about how, like I've actually said this before plenty of times, the community really they just don't want to move on with things. They don't want the game to evolve, which is absolutely stupid, because why would you want a game that just stays the same forever? That's so boring and just uninteresting. So he was talking about how he wishes the community would look forward more to progression instead of complaining. Well, he didn't say these words exactly right here, but instead of complaining about new things being added into the game, taken out, things of that nature, which I completely agree. I was so happy he said that, because he's 100% right. People are just so against things being introduced to the game that, like, do you really think that you wouldn't complain if things weren't introduced to the game? Yes, some of the updates do suck, but a lot more of them are amazing, I gotta say. So yeah, there's that. He put emphasis on progression. RuneScape coming to other platforms. They did not mention consoles. They were a little vague on that. They didn't really say directly, yeah, they're gonna be a console soon. No, they didn't say that. They said, what did they say? He was talking about things like iPads and stuff like that. And we've actually seen someone play on iPad before. It wasn't a legitimate way to play, I believe. But yeah, there's that. Playing spin-off games for RuneScape as rewards. This is just sort of him talking out of his ass. It wasn't really like 100% this is going to happen. He said they're thinking about it. He's talking about playing some sort of spin-off, maybe like games on your phone where you can benefit in the actual game, which is actually pretty cool if you think about it. That you could benefit like that. Such as doing something on your phone that I don't know. He was kind of weird explaining it, but he did talk about having apps, maybe like a Grand Exchange Watch app, which would be pretty cool because I already have that as saved as a favorite on my computer. So why not make an app of it? That'd be a lot more convenient, and I could pull it off my phone whenever I want. Of course, not around people because that'd be extremely nerdy. But yeah, this is huge right here, is that they announced 2 new skills coming in 2013. We only heard of one. He announced 2 new skills. He didn't say exactly what they were, but he did say that the one will definitely be a gathering sort of skill, such as, wood cutting and mining and things like that. And then the other one will be sort of a finishing skill, such as I don't fucking know, smithing, similar to that. He said the 2 will definitely be unrelated. Well, he said they will more than likely be unrelated, meaning that we're not going to have a sort of mining smithing thing coming out. But he did talk about them coming here nonetheless, which is amazing. He said one will be coming early 2013, which is great. So we'll be seeing a new skill soon. And he said one will be coming late 2013, so that's pretty cool as well. What else did he say? He also was talking about someone asked about will you increase level capacities at any point in time? He said no. He said he was happy they did it with Dungeoneering, but he said it's probably where it's going to stop. I really would like to see. This would be pretty cool. I'm probably the only one that thinks this, but I would really like to see things go to level 100. 99 is kind of a weird number if you ask me. I'd really like to see things go to level 100. That would be awesome. Like, and then people would not have to, like, people that have max capes, sure, it would kind of hurt them a pretty good bit actually, but it gives them something else to do instead of just being completely finished with the game. They could maybe name it something different. Just give it sort of, instead of it just being the same thing, just being maxed, they could give some sort of rewards to it. Maybe make it maybe just call it something different. Make it something interesting. It could be like 100 out of 99. That'd be pretty cool. And then you know, your skill keeping mode would bring you to 101 out of 99. I don't know. I'd like to see that. But yeah, he did announce that he would not be doing that. He has no intentions to, rather. So he did mention something that would be pretty cool. Player imports, which is where everybody sort of got that sailing idea from. You can build your own ships and actually send them on different sort of voyages to retrieve resources for you. He did go very in depth with this. He mentioned it would not be a skill; it would just be something that was sort of there. Excuse me, sorry about that. But yeah, he did mention that it would be. Let's see, you have customizable ships. He said right now, when asked about it, that there would be no. He has no ideas for PVM at the moment. He didn't say that there would definitely not be. He said at the moment there would not be PVM. So maybe when someone said that, that sort of came to him that, yeah, we should do that. You know, like, hey, that's not a bad idea. Thanks. I'll tell my team about it and claim it as my own idea. You know? So I'm thinking that's maybe what he's doing there. But he said right now they do not have any plans to include PVM or ship versus ships. I guess that'd be PV or SVS. But yeah, he talked about that. Let's see. No Elf series in 2013. I already announced that. Construction update. He said that he wants construction to be a little bit more important in the game. He said he wants to be more personal, such as player-owned villages, which was pretty interesting. Instead of people having their own home world, he said it would be pretty cool to actually give people homes, like player-owned villages, as opposed to just a portal. And you know, you don't really care what someone else's house looks like. You really don't. Like, you just, if it has an altar, that's what you care about. That's about it. Like, I don't really hear many people going to dungeons and things like that for fun. You don't really win anything from dungeons, and it's just sort of there as a luxury. Let's see what else. But yeah, he said he just wants it to be a little bit more usable. He said he wants it to be he wants things in people's houses that only the host can use, so they'll encourage people to train their construction. So I will definitely be looking to make some bank off of that pre-update. You know, investing some cash into construction-related items. So yes, some planks or something like that. I don't know. Let's see, what else do we have here? There's a train going by. That's pretty fucking great. Right in the middle of my video. Expansion of RuneScape with player imports. He said when he was asked about continents, he was a bit vague on this too. He related it to player imports and how they will be traveling to new continents or things like that. He didn't really say new continents as in things you can walk on yet, but he said eventually he definitely does want that. So I'm really hoping when he says eventually, he doesn't mean 2014, because this thing needs some expansion. RuneScape has been this shape for way too long. We definitely need some more expansion. What else is here? What else is here? He said he wants other continents with sort of monsters that are, you know, not non-humanoid monsters such as lizard men, things like that. So that'd be pretty cool. He wants an auction-related trade update. He said there will definitely be a trade update. So he won't get rid of the Grand Exchange, but he will rather add things to the game. So that's pretty interesting. He kept talking about auctions and things like that. And he said he understands the problems between, you know, characters sort of or other people sort of just messing with your own offer while theirs is up. So maybe my idea is that maybe they can make it so that if you have an offer up, no, never mind. That would make sense. I was about to say if you can have an offer up. If you have an offer up for the next 24 hours or so, you cannot mess with other people's offers. Like, you can't see other offers. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird though. Because, you know, there will definitely be people that will undercut other people's offers. And, you know, I could actually be doing the cannoning method for this Slayer task. That's too expensive. I'll just do this and make some profit off of it. Why not? I have decided, by the way, that I will not be training Herblord to overloads. I will be getting Turmoil first, which is why I put some of my... I didn't put all of my 700k XP reward thing in there, but I put a lot of it in there. So yeah, there's that. And I put the rest of it to get me into 70 agility. Put some into farming, not a lot at all, really. And then I dumped a good bit into prayer, and then the rest into thieving, because I hate thieving, and I know I'm going to need to be training it soon. What else did we learn? Let's see. Let me kill this. Click this bandit. Read down here. Expansion, Runescape, auction related. Oh yeah, he actually mentioned this before, was leveling pets and equipment. So he actually related to, yeah, my pickaxe is better than yours. Yeah, that's actually what he said. He said my pickaxe can do things that yours can, or something along those lines. And he mentioned that summoning was a little weak. He wants summoning to he actually announced a summoning update, which would be great. An evolution of summoning is what he called it. Or maybe the other guy that was in the room that was asking him these questions called it, but he said that there would definitely be an evolution of summoning. He said summoning is one of his favorite things in the game, and he wants to see more with it, because he said he always sees himself walking around with a familiar, but he said he doesn't see other players walking around with anything behind them at all, just because there's really no benefit to it other than a recipe disaster when you have a cat. Yeah, there's that. But you don't really see people with familiars following them around at all. Like, there's just no point. And it just sort of drains your summoning energy. It's kind of inconvenient when you really do need the thing. So, he mentioned things about leveling pets and equipment, which would be great. That'd be awesome to have your, I don't know, maybe a pet dragon to help fight in combat with you, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of your combat familiar. So I don't know what he wants to do there. Maybe he's just thinking about leveling dogs and things like that and giving them different capabilities, which would be pretty cool. Such as in Fable, how your dog can fetch treasure and things like that. What was he talking about? RuneScape 3 was announced for 2013, late 2013, I believe. So I guess that means that they definitely postponed the EOC. Obviously, they postponed the EOC because it's supposed to be here in September, but it's so flawed. Yeah, they're obviously going to postpone it. So I talked about that already. Customizable interface, such as this stuff right here. They want to customize. They're actually working on it right now. I think they are. I think he said that they were working on it right now. Either that, or they said soon they will be working on it. It was one of the two, but he said it should be coming soon. Oh no, he said it should be coming for RuneScape 3. My mistake. It's a customizable interface. I don't know why that hasn't been implemented already. Some people don't want the quest tab taken off, and just there's a random gap here. I don't see why that was done, because it's kind of inconvenient how you have to go to your notice board to go to it, but. Yeah, he definitely mentioned a customizable interface, which would be great. Don't really see what I'd be... I mean, I guess for PKing, for like the current combat system, it'd be very useful for PKing, because you know you can use your F keys, yes, but I don't know. I feel uncomfortable using the F keys. I would prefer to click around the areas. I know it's a lot faster and more efficient, but I don't know. That's just my preference. So yeah, there's that. And he also mentioned in RuneScape 3. That there will be multiple characters per account, just like you can compare it to World of Warcraft, is how they have, you can have multiple accounts for one. In fact, they encourage you having more accounts per one actual account. So that'd be pretty sweet, because you know people have those refer a friend accounts. You can actually make use of them. People just have multiple accounts for fun. You can actually make use of them. So that's pretty neat. RuneScape Spanish is coming in early 2013. They announced that they will be releasing several different languages for the game in early 2013, so that's pretty cool for people that do not speak English, or speak English maybe isn't their first language, stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, this is the next thing that I have on my list, and we're actually running down to towards the end of what I have here. They dodged the Optimus Botnuke question. He was asked, when will it be released? This is what he said, and he went off on some sort of rant about how they don't want it to be rushed like the last one, how people are mistaken that Botany Bay was supposed to be the end of bots and things like that. So he really did dodge it, and the way he was wording his sentences, he was making it seem like they have absolutely no idea when it's going to be released. They announced the bot nuke months ago, and it didn't happen. And it's just I don't understand why I don't understand what's going on. The bot watch thing that they supposedly implemented into the game is supposed to be taking care of, well, not completely taking care of it, but sort of easing the problem that we have with bots. And yes, they've definitely gotten rid of a lot of the gold farmer bots, but we still have people sitting in the northwest corner shouting, "Yeah, free giveaway, blah blah blah. Next person to join gets some red Halloween mask. That doesn't make any sense. That won't happen. They're going to jack your account with fake RuneScape links." I don't see why they haven't fixed that, because that's still here. But yeah, he definitely dodged that bot nuke question, and I think that they should not have done that. I think that they should they claim that they have top-notch bot watching equipment or something like that. They said it before. They said they had like the top of the line gear for it. But if they did, I really feel like that they should have, that they would have the bot nuke that they announced back in July by now. So, Evolution of Summoning, I've already spoken about that. He said he was really excited about that. Huge quest first quarter in 2013. He said his developers would actually be mad at him for announcing this, but he said there will be a huge quest. He wasn't really very specific about it, but he said there'd be something very, very important. First quarter 2013, meaning the first sort of seasonal, first sort of season, you know, springtime of 2013, maybe winter. Wow, voice crack, whatever. Fuck you. I'm 18 years old. It happens. But yeah, he said he wants that quest up. There's going to be a quest update, and it's going to be huge. So, yeah, those of you with your quest caves, haha, it sucks. He was talking about trimming quest caves. He said he has no intention of making that happen. So there's that. I think I said wishes. Oh yeah, this is great. I really liked hearing this. He wishes to relate gathering skills to their respective skills. He wishes to relate them more, because who do you know that goes out and cuts all of their logs, fletches all of their logs into arrows, and makes all of those arrows, or all of those arrow shafts into actual arrows? Who does that? No one does. Like they'd rather just make money other ways and then buy them off the Grand Exchange. So there's that. He said he wants people to actually be more likely to go out and make their own supplies. He did mention fire making. He said he wants fire making to actually be useful. So that's pretty good. He said he does recognize that fire making is virtually useless in the game. He did mention that the beacon lighting was supposed to be something to give you sort of a use for fire making, but that didn't make any sense at all. It's sort of just there. He wants people to actually, you know, relate cooking and fishing. He wants people to actually go out and fish their own supplies and cook them, which is pretty cool if you ask me, because that makes sense. No one really does it. You just sort of make money in specific ways and then go and buy your food and stock up on it. No one ever wants to fish and cook it unless you're going for those skill capes at the same time. Then I could see why someone might do that. But even then, on woodcutting, people just go and chop ivy unless they want to make money with yews or something. So, found that pretty interesting. Runefest, in conclusion here, is sort of anticlimactic. Runefest 2013 was announced in Runefest was announced to definitely happen in 2013. He said something about it being in New York. He said they're not sure about it, but then he said something about it being in New York, which caused an awkward silence. So maybe they're considering New York for it to happen, which is pretty cool, because, hey, maybe I might go. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of being in a room with a bunch of nerds and British people. Just kidding. I don't mind British people, but nerds, that'd be, I don't know. I'm just talking on my ass here. I just wouldn't want to go. But yeah, I'm sure for people that actually like to go, that would be very exciting. I, for one, don't really care about most of the other people in the community. I'm not very social. I do have a large group of people on Skype that I talk to. Just 'cause if you talk to me, I will respond. That's my thing. But I really don't really go out of my way to talk to people on here unless I need to know something. Even then, I'll just Google it before I ask anybody else. So that's pretty cool that they have RuneFest coming up. But yeah, that'll about do it for this video. I hope you sort of liked my condensing of all of the information into one video. I guess just give me your thoughts on some of the things that you've heard about it, and I'll respond, of course, in the comment section. I will respond to just about every single comment that I receive. Yeah, just put myself out there. I will definitely respond to all your comments, so don't be afraid to post some. So, yep, that'll about do it for this video. Bye!